Debt is a tool, and eliminating all debt without maintaining liquidity is not financial responsibility, it's financial fragility. The goal is not to have zero debt, the goal is to have options. Mortgage debt at 4% costs you $4,000 a year per 100,000 borrowed. If you can earn 7 or 8 or 10% on that 100,000 instead of paying down the mortgage, you are net positive. You have more wealth and you have liquidity if you need it. A 2023 study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that households with mortgages but substantial liquid savings had significantly better outcomes during financial shocks than households with no mortgage but minimal liquid savings. The debt itself is not the problem. Being illiquid is the problem. And paying off your house to feel secure while leaving yourself unable to handle a 5-figure expense is not security. It's a trap disguised as responsibility. Here is what you do if you are Patricia or if you are heading toward becoming Patricia. First, stop making extra mortgage payments until you have at least 6 months of expenses in liquid savings that you will never touch except for genuine catastrophic emergencies. That money is not an investment, it's insurance against the equity trap. You need cash that you can access immediately without borrowing. Once you have that cushion, then you can debate whether extra mortgage payments make sense. Second, run the actual math on your mortgage interest rate versus expected investment returns. If your mortgage is under 5%, you are almost certainly better off investing extra money than paying down the house. The compound returns will outpace the interest savings, and you will have liquidity when you need it. If your rate is above 6%, paying down the mortgage faster starts making sense, but only after your emergency fund is bulletproof. Third, if you already paid off your house and you're stuck in the equity trap, open a home equity line of credit now before you need it. Don't wait until the air conditioner dies. Get approved, get the line established, and leave it untouched unless you have no other option. The line costs you nothing if you don't use it, and it gives you a release valve if liquidity becomes critical. Fourth, if you're sitting on a paid-off house and minimal liquid savings, consider a cash-out refinance to convert some equity back into investable capital. Yes, you are taking on debt again, but you are also creating flexibility. A $200,000 cash-out refinance at 5% costs you $10,000 a year in interest. Invest that $200,000 at 8% and you earn $16,000 a year. You are net positive $6,000 annually, and you have liquid capital for emergencies and opportunities. The debt is not the enemy. Illiquidity is the enemy.
Right now, you think Patricia won because she eliminated her mortgage and owns her house free and clear. That story feels responsible and disciplined and smart. But here is what actually happened. Patricia spent 15 years transferring every spare dollar into an asset she cannot spend, and when her air conditioner died, she had to go back into debt at a higher interest rate to fix it. She has $675,000 in her house and $4,200 in her checking account. She cannot take the business opportunity. She cannot handle a major car repair without stress. She cannot weather a job loss for more than a few months. She's wealthy on paper and fragile in reality. The equity trap convinced her that eliminating debt was the goal, and she sacrificed liquidity to get there. Now she owns a house, but the house owns her schedule, her risk tolerance, and her ability to adapt when life happens. You can keep believing that a paid-off house is financial freedom, or you can recognize that freedom is not about eliminating debt. It is about having options when you need them. Patricia does not have options. She has equity she cannot touch and expenses she cannot cover. That is not freedom. That is just a different kind of broke.